Welcome back to another Ask Tyler with questions from the patrons and answers straight here on the YouTube. I don't want to waste any more time, so let's get into question number one. First, I'm in a 12-team, 2-quarterback, 2-tight end league, and my team has been on the bottom and should be again this year. Have a lot of extra picks. What's my strategy from here? Plan on making most of those picks, or is it worth it going after some current rookies and second-year players? So for me, in this kind of situation, picks always increase in value over time. They don't get hurt. That's the main thing. And the best time to capitalize on a glut of picks is when you have to make them on the clock. I always say you can make them if they're values and turn them into values. Or when you're on the clock, that's the chance to turn them into veterans at value in Dynasty. Take advantage of that rookie fever. But trading them away in advance, usually not my strategy. So if you're here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell. All the questions come from the Patreon, patreon.com/fantasy advice. So don't forget to check that out as well. Let's move on to the next question. These are some pretty easy ones. Who would you favor in these two separate trades? Both the redraft, 10-team, PPR, 1 QB. Trade 1, Mark Andrews for Dallas Goedert. I'd rather have Mark Andrews. Unless something happened that I don't know about. Mark Andrews is way better than Dallas Goedert, has always been way better than Dallas Goedert, and will continue to be way better than Dallas Goedert. Second one's more interesting. Saquon or Bijan? I've heard this go both ways. Some people have Saquon higher, some have Bijan higher. I prefer Bijan Robinson. Why? Because I noticed that Saquon Barkley kind of wore down a little bit last year. He's 26. He's not going to get better. I think last year might have been the best year. Bijan Robinson is a very good prospect. I'll lean toward the youth of Bijan Robinson, even in redraft. The next one quarterback Dynasty League. I really wish it was Superflex, but that's okay. I have Trey Lance. What should I do? I actually heard the fantasy footballers talk about this one. And in 1 QB, I think you can cut him. You can really hold a backup quarterback for multiple years in a 1 QB Dynasty League who might be good eventually if they possibly start later. I'd rather have more upside in bench running backs. I'd take any offer for Trey Lance. 4th round pick in 1 QB. All good. Send him away. Next question, and this I'm sure is on everyone's mind. Is there an Indianapolis running back to have right now? I'm suspecting Irsay is stubborn enough to bench JT all year, not trade him. Is it an RBBC with who they have, or is another back coming in to join the mix? Thanks. Love the show. So I'm recording this Thursday afternoon, August 31st. So if another back came in before I released it, it might have happened. But for now, Zach Moss is currently injured. They say we hope he's going to be ready for week 1. He's not going to be ready for week 1 then. So with no Moss, they cut Kenyon Drake. Their other options are 5th-round rookie Evan Hull and veteran Deion Jackson. I still think they could sign Kareem Hunt or Leonard Fournette, but no matter what, it's a running back by committee. This is not going to be a workhorse backfield unless JT comes back. If I had to pick one, I'd take Hull. Hull would be the guy that I would want for sure. He's my favorite and has the most upside because we know what the other guys are. I like this one a little bit too. If Israel Abanikanda was on another squad, does he have what it takes to be a starter? If not, in what areas is he lacking? Well, I kind of feel bad for him. He was a good prospect. He had 20 rushing touchdowns in his final season. He deserved better than this situation. He is buried on the Jets, who are the Aaron Rodgers Jets. We know this is the team that's going to play Randall Cobb. This is the team that signed Dalvin Cook. I feel bad for Israel Abanikanda. I don't know what area he's really lacking in. I think the Jets are one of the only teams that would play Michael Carter over him. We know Michael Carter is not good, but the Jets, they're in this veteran situation. I don't know if he has what it takes to be a starter, but I feel bad that he's RB4 on this depth chart right now. He's just stuck in a bad situation. But yeah, sucks sometimes. Landing spot kills you. Very surprised to see Dwayne McBride cut. What is he missing? Well, I was also surprised to see him cut. I thought he would make the team. I thought that he would be their RB3. behind Alexander Madison and Ty Chandler on the Vikings, then Kenny Wangu would be used as a kick returner. Instead, they cut Dwayne McBride and signed Myles Gaskin to be their RB3. I don't know. That doesn't say good things about Dwayne McBride. As for what he's missing, he wasn't great in training camp. He only had 5 catches in college. Not 5 catches in a college season. 5 catches in college, period. So the lack of pass game upside is probably why he got cut. And it sucks, but probably not going to land. And the career is probably over before it started. So sucks for him. Yeah. Who's the wide receiver to have in Carolina for this season, if there is one? Well, usually rookie quarterbacks don't support a top 30 wide receiver. And when they do, it's usually an established elite veteran who was already there. The Panthers do not have that. The best they have are DJ Chark and Adam Thielen. DJ Chark is kind of just the guy who's bounced around. Adam Thielen is totally washed up. So if I had to take one, it's Jonathan Mingo. But even in redraft, I only have Jonathan Mingo at wide receiver 52. The idea that there needs to be a fantasy relevant wide receiver on every roster has been disproven time and time and time again. I like Jonathan Mingo's opportunity. Didn't love him as a prospect. He's a starter there, so that's good, but I don't know if that's going to translate to fantasy value. So it's Mingo, but Hayden Hurst might actually be the guy who is more usable than we'd like. Rookie quarterbacks tend to lean on tight ends. And I can tell you one thing, it's not Terrace Marshall. That much I can tell you. All right. Most intriguing, young, unproven back of these guys, Tucker Ingram, Keontae Ingram, that is, Evan Hall, Tank Bigsby. I mean, of these, it's obviously Tank Bigsby. Devon Achane is way up there. Zach Charbonnet. Of the guys listed, Tank Bigsby of this list is the one that I think could be an NFL starter at a point. A real legitimate NFL starter. He could do that. He could overtake Travis Etienne. It is possible. Not how I have it ranked. I think the most likely outcome is Travis Etienne remains the starter. I think he's better, but Tank Bigsby could be an NFL starter. He could break out like that. The other 3 listed here. Sean Tucker, I think he's going to be the RB2 there behind Rachaad White. I find it hard to believe that he's going to overtake Rachaad White. And I don't see Sean Tucker with all his injuries as a long-term NFL starter. But I think he could have a role. Keontae Ingram is just a guy I'm not a fan at all. He just has value because the Cardinals have no one on their depth chart behind James Conner and him. Amari Demarcado is interesting UDFA there. They're RB3 in Arizona. Evan Hall, we talked about already. I like him, but I don't think he's ever going to be a franchise guy or a real starter. He's someone who maybe he could be their backup to their next starter after Jonathan Taylor, or the backup to Taylor if they get things done. Last question. Your division winners for the upcoming season. I was thinking Buffalo, Baltimore, Chiefs, Jags, Eagles, 49ers, Lions, and Saints. What do you think? For me, Buffalo in the AFC East is definitely my pick. Although, so that's going to be a competitive one. I have the Bengals in the AFC North for now, although the Ravens are interesting. The AFC South, Jags, pretty clearly ahead of everyone else. Hard to pick against the Chiefs, so I have the Chiefs. And then same with the Eagles and the NFC East. They seem like the overwhelming favorite. The Lions are my pick for the North, but it's tough to actually pick the Lions to win. That's hard. And then I do have the Saints in the NFC South because that's a brutal division. That's one of the worst divisions in the NFL. And then 49ers in the West because it's tough to pick someone else. But yeah, I appreciate all these questions. I wanted to get this show out early just because there were a lot of questions. So this should be there. If you're watching in the Premiere chat, thanks for any questions you've put in there. And as always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the notifications bell. I have all my content, the main show, 7:30 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday. All the Ask Tylers, which might come out even more often now. And then, of course, the Patreon, if you want to ask questions, patreon.com/fantasy advice. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you all next time.